Here I have the S25 Edge, and I think I might have spoken too soon. See, I think the question of the month in the tech sphere is who asked for this? Who asked for a thinner and lighter phone? I sure as heck didn't, but now I get it. See, this phone actually surprised me in many ways. It's not meant to win the thinnest phone in the world award. It's not meant to win the best camera in the world. It's not even meant to win the largest battery capacity in the world. I think it's just supposed to be as comfortable as humanly possible for a phone of this size, and you know what? Samsung did it. Coming in at 6.7 inches, this phone only weighs 163 grams. Guys, that's remarkable. As a comparison, the iPhone 16 with a 6.1 inch display weighs 170 grams. And that's despite the fact that the S25 Edge actually has a larger battery capacity than the iPhone 16, 3900 milliamp versus 3500 milliamp hours. I don't know how Samsung did it. I don't know how they fit that much capacity into a phone this thin without using silicon carbon batteries. It's quite impressive, not gonna lie. The display got upgraded to the Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2 with ceramic built in, which is the same protection that's on the S25 Ultra. However, the S25 Ultra does look better with that anti-reflective coating, which just makes the contrast of the display look absolutely wild, in a good way. Either way, the display looks fantastic for watching movies as it gets crazy bright for those beautiful HDR moments. And as with, any Samsung panel, you're definitely going to enjoy it. And of course, it does come with 120 Hz, so interacting with the display is going to be buttery smooth. I also really like how Samsung did not skimp out on the cameras for a phone this thin. I mean, that's incredible. 200 megapixel main sensor. That's more than the 50 megapixels on the S25 and S25 Plus and matches that of the S25 Ultra. But something to note, the actual sensor on the S25 Ultra is slightly larger, so you can still expect better quality out of it, as long as you can actually realize, which phone took which photo. Personally, I cannot. I think as far as cameras go, you'll be happy with the performance coming out of the S25 Edge, even with that ultra-wide lens. Now, of course, I will make a more in-depth camera review coming soon, so subscribe if you like no BS tech videos because, hey, guess what? I always just say it how it is, and that will never change. But now, let's talk about the knife through the heart. The price. $1,100. Now, luckily, Samsung does have some pretty great deals, like you get a free storage upgrade as well as up to $630 of instant trade-in credit, which puts the price down to $470, which is just obviously much more manageable to the wallet. And so your wife doesn't yell at you. Yeah. Now, those deals will only last for, I believe, another week. So if you guys want, I'll have a link down below in the video description. That'll take you straight there. And actually, I believe if you use my link, you save an extra $50, but I'm not sure. Either way, you're getting the best deal out there. Performance has been solid as well, of course, no shock. It is running the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip that's custom tuned for Samsung. And, as with any of the S25 models, you're not going to get any hiccups coming out of it. And I also really like how Samsung didn't downclock the chip because of how thin the phone is, so it doesn't overheat. It's the same performance as the S25 Ultra, which is actually incredible because if we take a look at what Apple is doing, if you want the fastest A chip, you have to get the Pro model. If you go for the non-Pro model or the upcoming 17 Air model, you're going to get a binned chip that's missing a few GPU cores, which I assume Apple did that just to, make the Pro model look a little bit more better in the eyes of the consumer, and also, I guess, to help with the heat regulation. But Samsung is just like, no, you get it all. You get the full power, do whatever you want with it. Speaking of performance, overheating. There is none. What the hell? I could have sworn this phone was going to overheat. In fact, that's what I said in my previous video. I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to overheat, because how do you make something this thin, this powerful, and not overheat? Like, where does the heat go? Samsung, tell me. They did mention that they made like the copper vapor chamber thing. Look, I'm not an engineer. I don't know what they did, but they made the cooling go throughout more of the phone's internals. So I guess that's kind of what helps it cool down. But very, very impressive. My iPhone 16 Pro Max, that's this thick gets hot from just looking at it. So it's nice to know that I can use a phone that's comfortable, thin, lightweight, and not burn my hands, or God forbid the screen dims because it's just a little too sunny outside. Apple, I have beef with you. I'm sorry. Anyway, I always admit when I'm wrong. I thought the phone was going to overheat. It doesn't. I admit to it. Now, it's still a little too early to talk about battery life, but so far it's been acceptable, which again, it blows my mind. It makes no sense. Samsung, how? You're not going to get iPhone 16 Pro Max or S25 Ultra levels of battery, but you're getting acceptable battery. So far, I haven't had any of those weird like battery anxiety issues like, oh my God, am I going to make it throughout the day? In fact, I don't even look at the battery percentage, to be honest. I just use the phone and so far it's been good. Like I said, it's a little too early to fully tell because you really need to charge and uncharge the device maybe around 4 to 5 times for the AI and all the system thing to get used to how you use your phone so it can optimize that for you. So it could get even better than it's at now, which is again pretty darn impressive. Also with AI, I like how Samsung isn't gatekeeping some of the more impressive features to the Ultra phone. This phone has the same exact AI features, from the crazy generative fill to the audio eraser. Everything is here. By the way, I still can't get used to how good like Samsung and Google's generative fill is. I mean, how? How does it do it? How does it know? Like, you know, that's crazy to me. I guess that's a sign that I'm getting old because Google just released their new AI model that can generate video with voices and like sound effects. We're gonna have like AI powered tech reviewers soon, and I'll be out of a job. McDonald's, here I come. Storage capacity is quite easy, 256, 512. No matter which of these two you get, you're getting 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is also good because a lot of companies gatekeep higher amounts of RAM to the higher amount of storage, but not with Samsung. You're getting 12 gigs all throughout, which is nice. But do keep in mind that pre-order link that I have down below in the video description, it'll automatically get you to 512 gigs of storage without you spending a penny on it. Again, that only lasts for another week, I believe. So if you guys want, take advantage of it. All in all, the lightweight feel and the thinness of the phone, it really does change the way you use the phone. I mean, don't get me wrong, 163 grams isn't considered like the lightest phone ever. We've had lighter phones before, but they were also smaller. But this kind of tricks your brain because you're looking at a pretty large phone, 6.7 inches, but it's only 163 grams. So it kind of plays tricks on your mind, like almost as if you're expecting the phone to weigh over 200 grams. This phone will definitely save your pinky a lot of trouble, especially if you keep your pinky under the phone as you're holding it, or if you're laying in bed on your back and you have the phone kind of hovering over your face. It's comfortable. It doesn't hurt at all. It's not heavy at all. You don't get like cramps. And if the phone falls on your face, you don't need to go to the ER like you would with an iPhone. But honestly, picking up the S25 Ultra or the iPhone 16 Pro Max or the lighter iPhone 15 Pro Max, they feel heavy now. So at first, I didn't really get the trend of having a super thin phone, but now I get it. It's actually a comfortable device, especially if Samsung starts to implement silicon carbon batteries to really get that battery even higher. It's gonna be a hotcake when it comes to sales, not cells. My only complaint at the end of the day is the price. $1,100 is a bit much. Maybe Samsung will offer some like enhanced trade-in deals after the pre-order period ends. I don't know, but I can only just assume the best. So what do you guys think of the S25 Edge? Again, at first I didn't get it. I thought it was stupid, but now I get it. Is that a spider crawling on me? Nope, that's just a piece of hair. Cool. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about the phone. Do you love it? Do you hate it? I'm kind of curious what you guys think because at first I didn't get it and now I kind of like it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here and you like no BS tech videos, definitely subscribe. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.